Hey Salam, I hope you guys are well. Halal Chef is back with another video, and this time I'm making one of the best fish and chips. Fish and chips are nation's favorite. It is one of those dishes that can be found across the UK. These fish and chips are gonna be crispy, crunchy. I'm gonna serve it with tartar sauce and mushy peas. You're really gonna enjoy it. Without further ado, let's get started. Halal Chef presents. We're gonna start with the chips. I'm using Maris Piper potatoes. You need to peel them off, then cut them into 1.5 centimeter or 1/2 inch thick chips. Or you can cut them into steak cuts, they will look more beautiful. First cut in the middle and then cut that into 2. And this right here is a steak cut. It's more wider, as you can see. Now in boiling water, add a good touch of salt, baking soda. It will make them more crunchy when we fry them later. Some of this vinegar so the chips won't break. It will keep the chips in shape. Now slowly add in your chips. So why we boil the chips? Boiling the chips before frying them will help the moisture escape faster, which will give it a thicker crust. A slight mix to these and let these cook for around 8 minutes. Alright, so these have been boiling for around 8 minutes. I'm just gonna turn off the heat and drain the water. Let them dry off completely. Once they are completely dried, remove this onto a tray. Just make sure they're individually placed. Now these need to go into the freezer for a few hours. For best results, leave it there for overnight. For the fish, I'm using a haddock. If you want, you can use cod. Any white flesh fish would be okay. Now this is around 1 kilogram of fish, which is enough for around 4 to 5 people. Cut them into medium to large pieces. Something like this. Again, this is quite large, so I'm just gonna cut it in the middle. Best to use nice and thick pieces of fish, it will be really good. Alright, so we have these beautiful haddock fillets. I'm gonna season them generously with a good touch of salt. If you want, you can use a bit of paprika if you like. I'm just gonna keep it simple. Grab a large plate and add in the plain flour. Some of this freshly ground black pepper. Just a light touch of salt in there and just a slight mix to that. Set that to a side. For the fish batter, in with the plain flour. You could use self-raising flour if you have that. Some of this corn flour to make it light and crispy. It will give it a very nice crunch. And with the baking powder, it will help it rise when it hits the heat. Finally, you want to add in the soda water. Just add some at a time. You want the batter to be nice and thick, almost like a pancake batter. We're using soda water to make it light and crispy. Alright, our batter is ready. We're just gonna keep that to a side. Now let's start frying. Add in the oil. The heat needs to be on medium. Bring the oil temperature to around 110 Celsius. Slowly start adding your frozen chips. Now don't overcrowd, just fry some at a time. You want to blanch them at 110 Celsius until you start to see light color on them. At that point, we're gonna take them out. I can see they have started to develop some sort of a color, as you can see. Now at this point of time, I'm just gonna start to take them out. We're gonna leave them to rest and then we're gonna fry them again later. Just move this onto this cooling rack. This is the best time to coat our fish. Now just before we start coating the fish, bring the oil temperature to around 180 Celsius. Grab the flour and also your fish fillets. So first of all, I'm just gonna grab the fish and add it onto this flour, the seasoned flour, just onto there. And I'm just gonna dust it with the flour. It's very important that you dust it. So when we add it into that batter will stick to it. Now remember the end parts of the fish as well. Just shake off the excess. Grab the batter. Just let it soak in there. Now slowly add the fish in there, always away from you. You can see the oil is nice and hot as these are floating on the top. Just try to baste the fish with the hot oil. We're going to let the fish cook for around 5 to 6 minutes until golden brown. Remember, the temperature needs to be around 180 Celsius, like I said. Alright, so it's been around 6 minutes, I would say. And our fish is ready. It looks beautiful. This is the color that you're looking for. Remove onto a paper towel and drain the excess oil. Look at that beauty. It's now time to fry our chips the second time. Bring the oil temperature to around 150-160 Celsius. Slowly add in the chips. Again, you want to fry some at a time. Don't overcrowd. You want to cook these until they get crispy and nice and golden brown. Alright, so that's exactly what you're looking for. Beautiful golden brown, nice and crispy, I can feel it. Alright, start removing them and drain the excess oil. Hit it with some salt once you've removed them. Just a light touch of salt. For the tartar sauce, same with the mayonnaise. Finely chopped pickled gherkins. I'm also gonna throw in some of this pickled red chili. Add a touch of heat in there. And with the capers, these are roughly chopped. Just a small shallot. Juice of half a lemon. Dijon mustard. Worcester sauce. Touch of salt. Freshly grounded black pepper. And finally some freshly chopped dill. Now this sauce can be served with any type of seafood. It doesn't have to be fish and chips. Really good mix to that. Looks amazing. Have a little taste if you like. Perfect. Alright guys, let's plate this up. Add in our crispy chips. Fish goes on the top. Serving it with our tartar sauce. Some of these mushy peas, some of this wedge of lemon. Alright guys, I'm gonna try this with some of the beautiful lemon. Let's try these beautiful chips first. Look at them. Bismillah. Let's try this fish now. Bismillah. To be honest, I cooked this fillet like an hour ago and it's still so crispy. The amazing tartar sauce. Bismillah. Everything complements each other. Those fish and chips were amazing. You really need to try them. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to like. Inshallah, I'll see you next time. Until then, salam. Make for your mom, make for your dad, make for your family. Enjoy.